Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to look at prime factorization. So a couple definitions. A prime number is an integer greater than 1 that is only divisible by 1 and itself. And then a composite number is an integer greater than 1 that is not prime. So a couple examples here. So prime 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17. All right, to get 5 in multiplication, you can only do 1 times 5. It's a prime number. Composite 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, etc., etc. And so, right, you can write 1 times 4 equals 4, but you can also write 2 times 2. So that makes it a composite number. So a couple notes here. All composite numbers can be written as a product of primes. So 4 can be brought down as 2 times 2. 6 can be 2 times 3. 8, 2 times 2 times 2. 9, 3 times 3. And so to write a larger number as a product of primes, we can write the number as a product of smaller numbers. We then break down those smaller numbers, and we continue this process until we reach a product of primes. So example 1, write these numbers as a product of primes. So let's start with 24. So 24, we can write that as 6 times 4. And then 6 can be written as 2 times 3. And 4 can be written as 2 times 2. And so this here is the product of primes that gives 24. But we can also think of it as another way. Instead of 6 times 4, maybe you thought 2 times 12. And that's okay as well. Any approach is okay. You'll get to the same answer. And so 12 broken up as 3 times 4. And then 4 is broken up as 2 times 2. And so you see these are the same product of primes. So any approach is perfectly fine. So 115, we notice that it ends with 5, so it's divisible by 5. Long division here, and we get 23. 23 is prime, so 115 is 5 times 23. Okay, C. 70, 7 times 10. 10 is 2 times 5, and so there's our product of primes. 126, this is 2 times 63. 63 is 21 times 3. 21 is 3 times 7. And so there is our product of primes. So practice number 1, write these numbers as a product of primes. So we got 20, 84, 120, and 315. Go ahead and pause the video and answer that. Okay, we're back. So 20, 2 times 10, 10, 2 times 5, there you go. 84, 21 times 4, 21 is 3 times 7, and 4 is 2 times 2. 120, 10 times 12, 10, 2 times 5, 12, 3 times 4, and 4 is 2 times 2. So if you broke it up differently, but you still got the same result, that's what matters. Your product of primes should be the same. If you have a different approach than what I did, that's okay. So 315, 5 times 63, 63, 21 times 3, 21, 3 times 7, like that. So another method of finding the prime factors of a number is to use a factor tree. And so this is a different strategy that might help you. I myself don't use it, but if you find it useful for you, go ahead and use it. And so the first thing you should probably do is ask your teacher, is this optional or mandatory? If it's optional, you can see it just for interest, but if it's mandatory, you want to be able to use factor trees. So 24, we can break that up as 6 times 4. And then this 6, we break it up as 2 times 3. And then this 4, we break it up as 2 times 2. And you keep going until you have only primes at the end. And so that's what we have here. 24 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, like that. B, 70. This is 7 times 10. 10 is 2 times 5. These are all primes, so 70 is 2 times 5 times 7. Okay, practice number 2. So using a factor tree, write these numbers as a product of primes. So this is a good question if Factor trees are mandatory. Your teacher will say something like this: using a factor tree, write these numbers as a product of primes. So be sure to ask your teacher if it's mandatory or not. So we got 20, 84, 120, and 300. Go ahead and pause the video and answer that. Okay, we're back. So 20, 2 times 10, 10, 2 times 5. So 20 is 225, like that. B, 84, 21 times 4. 21 is 3 times 7. 4 is 2 times 2. So 84 is 2237, like that. C, 120, 10 times 12. 10 is 2 times 5. 12 is 3 times 4. And 4 is 2 times 2. Your tree might look different, by the way. Remember, any approach is okay. So you might have written something a little differently. That's okay. What matters is that you should get the same prime factorization at the end. So 22235, like that. And the last one here, 300. 3 times 100, like that. 100 is 10 times 10. 10 is 2 times 5. 10 is 2 times 5. So 300 is 22355, like that. And that's it. It's that simple. I'll see you guys in the next lesson.